Hello YouTube and welcome back to the Crafting Cave. Today we are going to be creating this cute little Pikachu card. It is Pokemon's 25th anniversary this next week, and I thought it would be fun to do this card. Alright, let's get crafting. For this project you're going to need colored cardstock. I used 8.5 by 11. You need black, red, yellow, white, and dark blue. You're also going to need Cricut patterns or patterns for whatever cutout machine you use. I used a Pikachu, a Pokeball, and a Pokémon Font cutout. I'll leave the link in the description below where I purchased the Pikachu and the Pokémon Font. But the Pokeball I just quickly designed in the Cricut design space. You will also need some ink and ink blenders. I used yellow, light blue, and dark blue. These are all PM Land inks that I purchased on Amazon. I'll leave the link in the description. You also need double-sided tape or the permanent roll tape, a paper cutter, pre-made cards. I use these, but you can use cutout ones that you make yourself if you prefer to do that. I also use 3D foam tabs, a glue pen, and tweezers. So here's a quick look at the finished card. The one I'm making, actually the Pikachu is reversed, so I had to change it up a little bit, but this is another version of it. So first I'm going to quickly show you how I got the background of the cards. I do suggest doing this a little in advance if you're going to use these inks, as they take a little longer to dry. I would say to prep them probably an hour or so before you actually put the card together, so that they have plenty of time to dry, or you're going to get the ink everywhere. So first I'm going to prep the yellow. This is just going to be a quick little border around the main part of the card. And doing this allows you to have a layered color look without putting too many layers of paper onto your card. So I'm just going to quickly blend this yellow into the edge of my paper. Set that aside to dry, and now I'm going to do the blue. I'm going to use the light blue for the background, and this is going to go all over half of the card, as we'll be cutting it in half. It's going to blend it in. You want an even blend. For this next one, I'm going to use a dark blue for the spots, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my blender and I'm just going to press it on there for the polka dot look. And they don't have to be a solid polka dot. I think it looks cool with that sponge look. And there we have the backgrounds. And again, I would let these dry for about an hour before you actually go to use them on your card. Alright, now we're going to put the card together. These are the ones that I prepped previously. This is your main card, so you're going to just set it aside for now. For this one, we're going to cut it. I'm going to cut just below the score line here. We're going to cut just below that. You don't want too much, but you just want a little bit. We're going to cut right there. And then we're just going to take a little bit off the sides. Okay, I'm going to quickly cut off the little paper hairs or whatever you want to call them left over from cutting. I do need to get a new blade. Now we're going to attach this background to the card. You see how it's just got a small border of the yellow. You can make it more if you want. So I'm going to use the double-sided roll tape for this. Make sure your ink is dry, otherwise when you do this it's going to get all over your hands and then in turn on the rest of your project. And there's the base of our card. Next we're going to start putting together the little pieces, so I'm going to do this black strip. They are, you can use these in a paper cutter. I did use the Cricut to cut these out. They are really easy to use a paper cutter to do. The black one is 1 inch tall and the white one is 3/4 of an inch. That way it fits perfectly in the middle. We're just going to use double-sided tape to stick these two together. And there we go. This is where it's going to go. The next thing we're going to put together is the Pokeball. Again, I just used Design Space to quickly design this. Comment down below if you would like to see a tutorial for the Pokeball. And again, I'm just going to use some double-sided tape to put this together on this. The pieces are still big enough to use the double-sided tape. Do the same thing with the red side. And there's our little Pokeball. We're going to tape it to the black and white strip that we made. doesn't have to be straight. And there we go. Next we're going to be putting together the numbers for the card. You can use numbers or you can put a name or whatever you feel like putting. I used numbers just as a quick example. Use the glue pen to glue the yellow part of the number to the blue part. And for these I'm going to use the double-sided foam tape on the back of these. You can use the double-sided roll tape if you do not want the 3D look, but for these I'm going to. Alright, next we are going to put together the Pikachu. Again, the card you saw at the beginning of the video, I did accidentally flip the Pikachu for this one, so it is going to look a little different at the end. Okay, to put this Pikachu together, I'm going to be using the double-sided tape and the glue. So for the big parts of the Pikachu body, I'm going to use the double-sided tape, and on the smaller parts, I'm going to use the glue pen so that they stick down well. And you're going to have a small black outline, and I'm going to do the same with the rest. And there we have Pikachu. Alright, now it's time to assemble the card. So we're going to take the back piece, the main part of the card, we're going to first put the Pokeball and the strip on there. So I'm going to again use the double-sided roll tape for this on the back. And you're just going to line it up however you want, but I'm going to just do straight across on this one. And then you just cut the excess off. Alright. And now we're going to place Pikachu. Again, you can use the double-sided tape, or you can use the foam tape. For this one, I did use the foam tape, or the foam tab, sorry. But you can use the double-sided tape. On the card I showed at the beginning of the video, I did use the double-sided tape. But on this one, I'm going to use the foam tabs. Kind of place them over. Alright, and then the last thing you do is you put on the numbers. And because I have Pikachu covering part of the Pokeball, I don't want to cover too much more. So I'm going to kind of place them below Pikachu. And there we go. Again, you can use words rather than numbers if you want. This is just the example I was giving.